This is Nani from Booties and Bonnets. I was going to do a tag today by Suzy Q's Happy Little Haven. And I'm joined here by my little girl. She's little Violet, and she's, she's the Josephine sculpt by Britt Klinger. And I actually reborned her. I used air dry paints, and I just finished this little blanket. I thought it turned out really pretty. It's got like pink and purple. I totally love that little blanket for her. But I thought today, I don't show my face very often, but I decided today would be the day that I would do a tag and just be here to say hi to all my dolly friends from the community. So my first question is from Suzy Q, this is a very fun tag, by the way, if anybody wants to do it. And she had 10 questions. So my first question is, how many reborns do you have right now? Well, right now I have 16 reborns, and 4 of them are currently, actually were reborn by different artists, and the other 12 I have created myself, and I use air dry paints, as I have mentioned in the past. I love creating these babies, these reborns. If you're new to my channel, reborns are made by artists, and there's no two the same, and you know, each artist has their own style, and you know, they like different things on them. So anyway, that's number 1. Do you prefer open-eyed or closed-eyed babies? Well, little Violet here, she has open eyes, and most of my reborns are closed-eyed babies. I find that the closed-eyed babies are a lot more realistic. That's my own perspective on it. But I think the open-eyed babies have a lot of personality, which is what I really like about them. Yeah, I generally go for closed-eyed babies. So number 3, what kind of modeling do you prefer, and do you like birthmarks, stork marks, etc.? Well, the babies I've made usually have a lot of modeling. I like a lot of hyper-realism in my dolls, and so I like, as you can see with little Violet, she has kind of more pinks and a little more purples, and she turned out a little more, you know, she's got a lot more coloring to her, and that's kind of what I like in my reborns. But, you know, with air dry paints, it's very tricky to capture the same color all the time. Sometimes they might turn out rosier, sometimes they're a little more pale. And, you know, with this kind of art, we use a lot of layering, like flash and veining and that kind of a thing. So, but in general, I like them to have lots of modeling. I think they look really realistic that way. And I have put birthmarks on a couple of my babies, which are, it's a lot of fun to try to decide what kind of, where you want the birthmarks. And I haven't done any with stork marks yet. But anyway, okay, number 4, do you dress your reborns according to the weather? I do generally do that. I'll look at the weather, and if it's nice out, warm, I like to dress them in sundresses or shorts or t-shirts. But if it's cool out, like it's in Wisconsin during the winter, I like to dress them in warmer clothes, sweaters and corduroys and little fleece pants. And so anyway, so I do kind of look at the weather, and based on that, I do dress my dolls accordingly. So, number 5, what's your favorite brand of clothing for your reborns? Well, this is one of my favorite sleepers that little Violet is wearing, and it's kind of a mint green with purple flowers, and kind of lavender flowers and little purple bows, lavender bows. And this brand is Little Me, and I love the Little Me brand. I think it just looks so dainty on babies. And I'm sure, well, anyway, so Little Me is one of my favorites, and I do generally do a lot of shopping, like thrift shopping, and I love to go to different thrift stores and looking for clothes, because I like to look for bargains, as I think we all enjoy that. So in general, I'm not real picky about what kind of brand of clothes I get. I get Carter's or Little Me, or there's just many brands that you can look for, and if the price is right, that's where I go. I buy clothes that are reasonably priced. And okay, so that was number 5. Number 6, do you prefer online or in-store shopping for your Reborn clothing? I love to go store shopping. I like to be able to go to the clearance racks and see what's on sale. That's usually the first place I go to, is the clearance racks. And I just like going to the store and really looking at the clothes, because I kind of bring each outfit out and I decide what I like about it, what I like in them, or I can actually see them there. As far as online, I think it's harder to know what you're getting. So that's, I like to be able to feel the fabric and look at all the details and everything. So I do prefer in-store shopping. Okay, number 7, do you cuddle with your Reborns or just leave them on display until you change them? I generally leave them on display. Every morning I bring a baby down, one of my Reborns, and I put him or her on the couch, and I like to look at them if I'm crocheting or reading or watching TV. But I generally leave them on display. I do love to dress them, and some of my Reborns are in baskets, and I like to put like different blankets in the baskets to kind of change up the nursery. I don't really have a crib where I put my dollies in. I buy baskets for my dolls because we're very limited on space, and I don't think my husband would like it too much. If I had put a crib in there, we just don't have the room. But yeah, I like to, let's see, so I do generally display my dolls, but I like to change it up a little bit in the nursery and put different blankets or pillows, and I like to dress. I do change my Reborns quite often, like since I have 16 of them, I have to kind of take turns with each of my Reborns, and we don't always have the time to do that, to change all of them. But number 7, do you use pacifiers with your Reborns? Why or why not? I love to put pacifiers on Reborns. Like, I've made quite a few that on my own, and I take felt and a magnet, and I put it right. I buy like baby pacifiers, and I cut off the nipple, and then I glue on the magnet, and that's kind of fun doing that. That's part of the hobby. And as you can see, little Violet has a little pacifier in her mouth. And I just have always loved pacifiers on babies, and so generally speaking, I do put pacifiers in their mouth, and sometimes I decide not to put pacifiers on their mouth. But yeah, it depends what kind of mood I'm in, what I want my Reborns to look like, and that kind of a thing. So number 9, do you tend to stay with one sculptor when you choose your Reborns, or do you like a variety of artists in your collection? Generally speaking, the dolls I have are mostly, a lot of them I purchased on Bountiful Baby. I I tried to stay on a budget, so I get kits that are a little less expensive, but I truly love some of the higher end sculptors that do beautiful work, like Bonnie Brown or Laura Lee Eagles, or like Britt Klinger, who created little rose. Um, yeah, she made this little. She created this sculpt, and I just love her. Um, Velvet, Violet was my very first reborn that I created or bought, so she's pretty special to me. But in general, I go by, I like variety, and I look at the price of a sculpt, because I like to stay on a budget. And any of you who are maybe thinking of getting a reborn, there's a lot of reborns out there that can range in price from $150 all the way to $1,000. Um, so anybody can afford a dolly. Put some money away, and there's a lot of variety out there. Um, but I do like the Bonnie Brown and Laura Lee Eagles if I were to choose two. Um, who's your favorite reborn artist right now? Well, in the community, there's like two artists that I really like. Weeby Dolls, and I love Kimberly's Cocoon reborn dolls. Someday I would like to have one of their dolls, and so I've been kind of trying to save money, and that's my dream someday, to have one of their dollies. I think they're very gifted artists, and Kimberly's Cocoon. Kimberly has, her dolls are inspired by her living in Africa, and I think it's just truly amazing how, she worked in an orphanage, and I just really love that story about her, that she has created her own reborns, and then she sells them, and they each have their own story, and and Weeby Dolls also, Wendy's her name, she does some beautiful work. So I'm hoping someday that I'll own one of their dolls, and so anyway, I wanted to come on and share Suzy Q's tag with you. Thank you, Suzy. I enjoyed doing this tag, and I hope you all take time to do it also. And Suzy has some beautiful dolls on her channel, so make sure to go over there and check her out. Her channel name is Suzy Q's Happy Little Haven. So Little Rose wants to say goodbye to everybody, and I wish you all well. Take care of yourselves, stay healthy, and have a wonderful weekend. So thanks so much. Bye-bye.